is talking about.
What's up, family? The 4th of July, Independence Day in the USA, brought all types of fireworks. Some people bust guns, some people popped off firecrackers and other fireworks. Some people popped each other in the mouth. This happened right outside of the White House, y'all, in the nation's capital on the 4th of July, Independence Day. Members of the far-left group, the Revolutionary Communist Party USA, squabbled with the Proud Boys, a far-right group who supports Donald Trump, not surprisingly. This clash took off after the Communist Party burned USA flags. It's like, we ain't had it. Burning these flags, because the flags don't mean nothing. You know how you know the flag don't mean nothing? Because people wear the flags on their shirts and pants and socks and all kinds of stuff. And you're not supposed to even do that. But they do it anyway. Because they don't adhere to the so-called rules that's associated with that flag. They only use the flag as a pawn so that they can try to gain control and to advance their agenda over others. That's all it's really about. Got some type of sinus going on, y'all, so forgive me. Now, here's the deal. There was some members of the Proud Boys. One in particular. First of all, several members of the Proud Boys were chanting Blue Lives Matter. And one member could be seen being escorted through the crowd by the police. And he fist pumped several cops. Not surprised, right? Because you see, many of those cops were fist pumping him. They're part of his brotherhood. They're members of the Klan and these white supremacists or white extremist organizations. They're skinheads. They're bigots. And they're all throughout police departments all over the United States of America. This is why I don't protest anymore. I did a lot of protesting when I was younger. And I think that protesting, it's a good way when you're young and you want to just burn off some energy and, you don't want to go as far as start like really doing something wild that could, change your life forever. It's one of the simplest acts of rebellion that you can do. Just go out and wave a sign or march and just, chant whatever your cause is and just be there. Stand in solidarity with people who are resisting. The problem with protesting that I have is that when you protest, you're vulnerable because the police is never on the side of the protesters unless the protesters are a group of white extremists. That's it. Unless the protesters are a group that supports the establishment. So if something pops off, guess whose side the police is going to be on? You're at a major disadvantage. So you're fighting the white supremacists or those who may be part of the establishment and you're fighting the police, you're at a major disadvantage. I wouldn't advise it. And then if you beat the police, you're still going to lose in the end, because wherever there's a large crowd and protesting is going on, there's going to be cameras everywhere. And it's going to be hard to escape the wrath, the long hand of the law, if you do something. Bottom line is they win and you're going to lose. Anybody on that other side, who's ever on the side of the establishment, is going to win at the end of the day. You're going to be at a disadvantage. Historically, the police protect property. They're there to protect, they're not there to keep the protesters safe. They hate the protesters in most cases. The person who's protesting the establishment is going to be hated by the police. They're going to be a target of the police. They are not going to come out on top. The police is there to protect the property of the wealthy, the interest of the wealthy. And they're there also to protect the bigots and the white extremists. That's the truth. I know that's a hard pill for some of y'all to swallow. But I don't live in la-la land. I live in the real world. And that's all I've seen year after year after year. If you know better, prove me wrong. Show me some footage where a white supremacist or some Klan member or whatever did something dirty to a protester or a counter-protester, and the police killed him or handled him very, very raw, like dragged him or something, like beat him down or, maimed him, mauled him. Show me something like that. And then, at least if you can show me one case of that, just maybe I could give the cops the benefit of the doubt. But I need to see that, because I haven't seen that in all my days. Every time I see these protests, the cops are making sure that these white supremacists and Klansmen and skinheads and all these types are well taken care of, well protected. So just know, if you jump out there with that protester and something pops off, if you have to hurt someone or someone hurts you, you are not going to get justice. No more talk.
What them haters talking about?